Hi, everybody. So today I want to spend a little bit of time talk to you about different setups for photography, for tabletop photography that we use for our lab work. And for years, I've been using just a very simple setup. I had two flashes with bouncers on them, and the third flash was lighting my background. I had a little colored gel on it just to give me my blue background that I really like using. And that setup has worked good for me over the years. And simply what I just did is I just rotated those flashes how I wanted to and tried to get the best possible lighting I could for my work. Sometimes things worked out great, sometimes they didn't. Sometimes I had to take 3, 4 shots and get what I wanted. Sometimes I had to take 50. So lately, I've been working a lot on kind of changing things up a little bit, looking more into different styles of lights, looking into how to diffuse the light better, what kind of light works better with different materials, whether you're shooting, metal or acrylic or porcelain. Do you want very soft light or do you want a little bit of hard light on that? What kind of diffusion material should you be using on these kind of things? So I have adjusted my setup to kind of accommodate things a little bit better. And more importantly, I'm trying to do it from the standpoint of not using a lot of money and a lot of materials and a lot of space, because for majority of people taking photographs of their work, they're doing it at work, and laboratory spaces, can be very limited. So I wanted to come up with something that's not huge and you can work with within, I don't know, about 2 feet of space or something like this. So let me show you what I have, and we'll just kind of go from there. And if you guys like it, feel free to use it. If you feel like you need to modify it, please do so. If you think you have some kind of constructive criticism, I'll be more than happy to hear about it, because I'm always trying to learn as well and see if I can do better. So let me just switch my camera view here real quick. Okay, so let me show you the setup that I have. So I have a couple of things here. They're fairly simple, and besides the flashes, they're fairly inexpensive. So I have an acrylic table here, which you can buy from Amazon, eBay, wherever. Uh, it's not even a huge necessity to have something like this. You can have a piece of, I don't know, construction paper right here, as long as you have something to sit your work on. And then I built the scrims. So basically, I just took some regular picture frames and put some fabric material, diffusion material on here with a staple gun and some gaffer's tape. Okay, and this is what makes this setup a little bit different from a regular box that you buy from, I don't know, Amazon or places like this for shooting macro photography. Those boxes are actually enclosed from all 4 sides, and unless you're shooting a black background, a lot of times what will happen every time you light up the back, it will bounce the light forward and will highlight your work in that color. So let's say you want to shoot against the blue background, right? And the blue background is right here. So when you light it up, it's going to bounce that light back into your work. So you'll see blue highlights in your denture, for example. And that happens with my work sometimes as well. But with this design, I'm able to diffuse the light from the sides and light up my background separately, because it's fairly far away, and I can choose a non-glossy white for this example. And with this flash right here, it has a blue gel on it, so it'll light up my background in blue, but since it's far enough away, it won't bounce that light forward. And I can actually cover this in black if I need to as well, just simply leaving the background needs to be lit up in white. Okay, so my flashes are from the R1C1 system, which are fairly expensive actually if you go to just to buy these. But if you can replace these with something else, like let's say for example you can use something like this. This is a Mickey flash. This is an MK300, but I'm not sure if they make this one anymore. You can buy the MK320, which is a fairly small flash. It uses two AA batteries. and I'm using a Photex radio controller on this, which I can mount to my camera, a transmitter to my camera, which this is the receiver right here. And this setup would be cheaper. If you use a different radio controller like a Yongnuo or Neewer, it'd be even cheaper than this. So there are options out there. You don't have to go high end, and you can still get the same results. And on this one, I have actually a honeycomb grid that I've printed on my 3D printer. Okay, so from this, I can have diffuse light that's pointing from this direction. What I can also do is, if you buy or make something like this, they come in a set of twos. So these are like cardboard. On the inside they're white, on the outside it's black on one side and silver on this side. So what I can virtually do is place this in this direction right here, okay, and by simply reversing my flash in this direction, or angled, I can make this a bounced light, which is actually going to make the light source bigger, and it's going to make it even softer, okay. So, and by adjusting the angles of this, I can actually adjust how much light is getting to things. And you don't necessarily have to buy these. You can make these from foam board fairly easily as well. So you do this on both sides, or you can do it on one side, whichever one you like. So that way I have my table, I have my scrimps, I have my bouncers, and I also bought these little acrylic plates. I got these, I think, about $6 each, and these can diffuse the light even more. So acrylic bouncers, and this can be used as a bouncer and also a diffuser. But an acrylic diffuser works better if you're shooting metal, for example. For some reason, I don't know yet why, uh, just the structure of the material just kind of works better in diffusing the light and makes it better when you're shooting polished metal. They use these for jewelry a lot of times. So by simply doing something like this, which is fairly inexpensive because you got picture frames, some material. I got a PVC pipe right here. This set of reflector bouncers is $12. Altogether, it's not a very expensive setup. And furthermore, um, it does not take a lot of space. So I can just fold all this up like this. And my whole setup takes up about, I don't know, 1 square foot of space. And I can shoot my dentures as is, or I can shoot them on the articulator. As long as I have this going on, it's pretty much good to go. So if you guys have any questions, or if you're wondering how to put this together, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to share with you all the materials and everything else that I bought for this project. And hopefully this will help some of you. And as always, thanks for watching and good luck.